Welcome, friends and colleagues. Thank you all so much for taking your time to visit us today to learn more about selling Silversea. My name is Joe Leon. I'm the Vice President of Sales for the Americas. I've been in the industry for quite a long time. Many of you know me as a cruise dinosaur by now, but it really is my pleasure to present to you here today. I'm very proud to be representing this brand and to be associated with such an iconic travel brand as is Silversea. We have a very simple promise to your customers, and I want to make sure that we cover that in detail for you today. But before I get too far into the details, I want to play a video for you that really does set the tone for what that promise is and how we expect to deliver the world to your customers. So let's go ahead and play the video. So I'm going to go off camera for the remainder of the session so that I'm not distracting you and all you see are the beautiful images of this brand and what we offer your customers. I start my presentations with that video because destinations really is at the forefront of everything we do and what we plan and how we build our ships here at Silversea. It is the most basic promise we make to your customers is to take them deeper, travel deeper in the world, take you there in the utmost luxury. And so the hallmarks of our brand are to help you travel deeper in luxury. And doing so on small, intimate ships, we visit unique destinations on all 7 continents, some of the world's most remote locations, superior service, exceptional cuisine, and of course, immersive enrichment. You know, as a luxury cruise line, it's been many years since we can hang our hat on the expensive materials we use to build our beautiful spaces. So we have to be so much more than just the hardware we provide you to take you and deliver you to a destination. We have to be part of the substance that you receive when you arrive. And here at Silversea, it is, again, at the forefront of our planning. It is at the forefront of what we do with our deployment and our itinerary offerings to ensure that we're offering you the most destinations in cruising today. Silversea travels to all 7 continents. We travel to several hundred more destinations than any other cruise line in the industry, yet alone the luxury market. And as you see here on our map, if land meets ocean, it's offered to your customers on our deployment at some point throughout the calendar. And it's much more than just visiting the iconic cities and capital cities of the world. As you see represented on this map, we take you to some of the world's most remote locations, like the Kimberley coast of Australia, down to the Antarctic Peninsula. We have 7 days sailings that leave year-round to the Galapagos Islands. And of course, in our summer months, we feature 2 ships in the Arctic region, taking you to explore that very remote area, along with stops in Asia, Mediterranean, and all of the mainstream destinations that your customers are most interested in visiting. And in doing so, we want to make sure that we engage with the communities we visit. You know, the big topic in all of travel over the last several years and will be for many years to come is sustainability. And to us, sustainability has many different forms. It's more than just the type of fuel we burn or how much carbon we're emitting. It's how we engage with the local communities that we go to. How are we giving back? How are we helping them grow their own economies? And how do we continue to enrich the places that we visit? And so community engagement is a huge focus for us. We are focused on working with local tour operators, local destination management companies, staying away from the big conglomerate companies wherever we can. We feel that that's how we're going to be able to offer you the most authentic experience. And then, of course, destination leadership. So those are our guiding principles. How do we give back? How do we continue to improve the environments and the communities we visit? How are we able to offer you these bespoke and authentic experiences different than what you would find elsewhere? And of course, maintain that leadership and destination offerings, making sure that where your customers want to go is offered on the Silversea deployment at some point throughout the year. So today I'm going to ask you to remember 3 very important points about selling Silversea, identifying Silversea, and really how we want to be recognized not only with you, our advisor community, but within your customer community as well. And it starts with destinations. We are by far the destination leaders in cruising today. And that's shown not only through our community engagement, but also the sheer number of ports that we visit. The second I'm going to ask you to remember is this beautiful luxury platform that we've now spent 30 years perfecting. And we can offer you all of these beautiful destinations and visit so much of the world because we operate the world's largest luxury fleet. We have 12 ships in our fleet. People think Silversea is this small little bespoke cruise line. We're actually a pretty large fleet of 12. Now, our ships are small. So we have passengers as low as 100 passengers as you sail through the Galapagos Islands every week on the Silver Origin, or as many as 728 on what's to be the newly delivered Silver Ray as she joins the family later this summer. And what I love about our fleet is it's not a one-size-fits-all. You can see here there's a tremendous amount of diversity in what we offer. Again, with the 100 passengers, then you have 596 passengers on the Muse class, 388 on the Shadow class, and up to 728 that you find on our Evolution project, which is our Nova and our Silver Ray. So we could take you to so many places because we have the biggest and largest luxury fleet at sea. And your onboard experience, what does luxury mean? Well, it starts with personalized service. Here at Silversea, our guest to crew ratio is 1 to 1.3 on our classic ships, and on our expedition ships, it's 1-to-1 service ratio. So you can imagine the level of attention and detail that is spent with our crew, making sure that we're delivering to your customers more of what they're enjoying the most throughout their stay. And at Silversea, you receive a butler in every category that you sail in. This means that you have 2 people attending to your room. You have a room attendant who's responsible for your suite, and you have a butler whose main responsibility is to pay attention to the things you're enjoying most and making sure we're making the most out of your voyage by offering bespoke engagements and enrichment opportunities throughout your voyage. So personalized service is certainly where it starts. These are the stars of our brand. These are the people that are out there delivering these impossible promises I'm here making to you. They're on board delivering them to our customers, your valued customers, every single day, everywhere in the world that we visit. When you get on into your suite, these are all of the wonderful things that are included. This fleet of 12 is mostly private veranda. 90% of our fleet is all private veranda. They're all suite accommodations, all ocean view accommodations. We have bedroom and sitting area configuration in all of our suites, premium mattresses and fine bed linens, and then so on and so on between the unlimited Wi-Fi, the European bath amenities, a choice of pillows. We have 9 pillows on our pillow menu that your butler will present to your customers on their first day to make sure that their stay is as comfortable as possible. And then, of course, a few other amenities offered in suite. So you can see here that all of the luxury fittings and all of the luxury lifestyles that they are accustomed to at home, they don't have to sacrifice when they're sailing on Silversea, because we'll be able to meet that same level of lifestyle on board. And of course, a luxury cruise line cannot be complete without an excellent culinary experience. And here at Silversea, we're no exception. Matter of fact, I really believe that we are leaders when it comes to our culinary offering on board. We have sophisticated menus that are very carefully curated by our chefs. We have more specialty restaurants on our ship than any other luxury cruise line. It's up to 10 different dining venues we offer. It's an open seating format, so your customers are not restricted by schedules and times. We simply ask that they make a reservation prior to boarding or work with their butler to make those reservations while they're on board. Immersive culinary experiences, and that really comes to life through our SALT program, which doesn't mean that we oversalt your food. It stands for Sea and Land Taste, and it's really a groundbreaking program. I believe it's the leading culinary program at sea today because it really does what we all want to do, which is help you experience culture through food. So much of what we learn about new cultures is through food. And Sea and Land Taste is designed to do exactly that. And it's really it's an ecosystem. It's centered around three main venues on board, and then of course offerings ashore. And so with the SALT program, we feature the SALT Kitchen, which is a culinary concept that changes its menu daily. Not only does it change its menu daily, it changes its menu daily to match the specific port that you are in. And so much learning has come from this project. We found out that in Greece there are several islands that prepare dishes that have the same name, completely different from each other. And we learned that, our customers learned that through experiencing at the SALT Kitchen. SALT Bar is the same concept with libations, spirits, and wines. We learned that Portugal has 33 different types of gin. Now, I didn't try all 33 types of gin, but we learned that there are 33 different types of gin, and only through the SALT program can we get that kind of depth about destination and what its offerings are. We have the SALT Lab, which is our test kitchen environment, where you are learning to prepare items, again, the region that you're visiting. This is very specific to where you are in the world. Our enrichment lecturers on board to talk to you more about what you've learned on SALT. And then we have exclusive excursions that are an option to buy up and pay for, but these are very small groups, and we're taking you to cheese farms, we're taking you to private restaurants, family homes, where you experience very unique and bespoke culinary experiences. So SALT program, by far, in my opinion, the leading culinary program at sea and a real game changer for Silversea and its culinary offerings. So on this topic of luxury platform, we are so proud to introduce our newest class of vessel. In 2023, we took delivery of what is, I believe, the most groundbreaking ship in luxury cruising today, and several reasons for it, and I'll get into that for just a moment. But the Nova class was introduced in August of 2023 and has been received with incredible reviews and high customer satisfaction. A new luxury experience was built out of the Silver Nova, and her concept was different for us. We introduced what we call a horizontal design. What does that mean in comparison to the rest of our fleet? Well, the rest of our fleet, you'll find our residences, our suites, our passenger suites, are located forward to midship, where then the midship to aft portions are dedicated to public spaces, restaurants, and theaters. This was a great concept. It works very well. But on the Nova class, we decided to keep our residences on common decks. So on Nova class, decks 6 through 9, those 4 decks are only for suites, and all the other decks on board are dedicated to public spaces. What does that allow us to do? It allows us to introduce an asymmetrical design where we get away from the traditional straight lines that you find on a cruise ship as we move you through her. On the Silver Nova, you find incredible spaces like the picture that you see here in the center of our pool deck. Look at this amazing concept. I can tell you that there is no deck at sea that feels the way this does. First of all, its openness. Let me draw attention to you to its jogging track. Notice how it's pushed back. This deck was designed with a horseshoe jogging track, walking area at the top to remove all obstructions from your view. Normally, if you're sitting in one of these chairs, you have that track on the far end of the ship that's obstructing your view to the outside. Here you have completely unabated, unobstructed views of the destinations that you're in. We pushed the pool all the way to the side. Why? Because we want destinations to be a part of your experience, no matter whether you're on land or you're at sea. If you're at port or again out in open ocean, we want you to be able to experience the outside. And through this asymmetrical design, we have 93% of her public areas have a view of the destination, which is really, really groundbreaking for this industry and has deemed her the ship of light, and for good reason. And as a result of keeping our passenger decks all together, we're able to make use of the very important real estate in the back of the ship, offering you more expansive veranda space, larger suites, and introducing new generation of suite category for the Nova class ship. It really is groundbreaking, and not to mention her sustainability. She was built to be able to adapt to new technologies as we push forward in the future, and our goal to reduce our emissions and eventually become a net zero industry. And that's going to take several decades to get there. But ships like the Nova set the tone. And I'm so very proud that this company is at the forefront of that conversation, because it's going to be an extremely important decision-making factor for customers in the years to come. And the Silver Nova is poised to deliver the greenest sailing experience at sea. And currently she burns LNG, which is liquid natural gas and liquefied natural gas, and that is the cleanest form of fuel that we can burn while we're at sea, in addition to her capacity to be able to adapt to new hydrogen fuel cell technologies as they get introduced to the future. So you can look for Silver Nova to be the future of cruising in many different ways, not just how we've innovated our spaces, but also how we visit the world and ensure that it's there for us to visit for many decades to come. So let's talk a little bit about the Nova and her size, a little bit of her statistics. She is the largest ship in our fleet, 728 passengers. Very proud that we took delivery of her in August of last year, August 14th. I was very privileged to be on board as we set sail from Trieste for her very first sailing. And what an amazing moment that was for not only our customers, but for this brand and for its crew and its employees. And at the bottom here, you see some of those new categories that have been introduced on the Silver Nova. And again, 54,000 gross registered tons. She is followed by her sister, the Silver Ray, who I will also be fortunate enough to board in June of this year in Lisbon as she sets sail for her inaugural season in the Mediterranean. We're so incredibly proud of these two ships. They really are setting the tone for what is the future, the very bright future of this brand and the future of cruising in general. And again, so proud to be at the forefront of that conversation and leading that charge in this industry. Some key ads and some exclusive restaurants and some new areas, some new features that we have on the Silver Nova that you won't find on the rest of the fleet. We have introduced a new culinary experience called the Salt Chef's Table, where in the evening, 18 people have an opportunity to have an exclusive meal prepared for them right there at the Salt Lab with our executive chef as he takes you through the preparation step by step, and enjoying that with a very small group of passengers. The Marquee is a very popular place on board. It's really where you find shade and food out on the pool deck. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. If you haven't seen it, please go on to silversea.com and look up the Silver Nova. Look for the Marquee area. It's beautiful. The Dusk Bar, again, a product of being able to introduce this asymmetrical design and leveraging our horizontal layout, being able to use the back of the ship to introduce a new venue like the Dusk Bar. We have this beautiful view of your destination as you pull out of port. I imagine myself out here enjoying a cocktail as we leave port in a place like Malta or Croatia, where the scenery and the backdrop is so incredibly beautiful. And for the first time ever, we have an atrium on one of our ships. You see that here. And at the bottom of that atrium, the feature is the Shelter, which is a new champagne bar. And you'll find that only on Silver Nova and Silver Ray. So I talked to you about three things I wanted you to remember about this brand and our promise to your customers. It started with destinations. We are the destination leaders. We offer not only more destinations, we do them differently and carefully than anyone else. We sail to those destinations in the most incredible luxury platform, one of which we spent 30 years perfecting. The last and final pillar I'd ask you to remember is value. And it's probably something you didn't expect to hear today from a luxury presentation. But value in the luxury market holds a tremendous weight with your customers' decision-making process. And it's a great way for you to introduce new luxury customers. We didn't build 12 ships to shift market share from our competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a losing proposition. Those guys do a great job. They've got very loyal customers, as do we. We built 12 ships because the future of this market is bringing people from the lower markets and help introduce new luxury customers. And it's up to you, the advisor, to make sure that you're shaping the right conversation to help that happen. And for us, the most successful way to bring and introduce a new luxury customer to this market would be through a strong value proposition. And there is no stronger value proposition than what you'll find through Silversea. There is no more inclusive offer than what you'll find here at Silversea. And it's highlighted by what you see here on this slide. We have private car transfers that pick you up from your home. Yes, from your home, as long as you're leaving from an airport that's within 50 miles of your home. We include economy and international flights and domestic flights anywhere in the world that we travel. So the prices you see advertised is door to door, include your economy fare. We have options to buy up for business class. We go to some pretty remote places, so we can't include business class everywhere we go. But know that in major destinations, most destinations, we have an offer to purchase business class at a very strong discount. We'll offer a pre-cruise hotel stay if there's an operational need. Asia from the US is a perfect example. Alaska, we've got to fly you into Anchorage a night early to make sure that you're ready to get on your transfer early morning to board the ship in the mid-morning. And then, of course, once you board, everything's included, from your Wi-Fi to your gratuities to your beverages. Excursions in every port are included. When you sail an expedition, we include all excursions because we are the infrastructure to the places that you're visiting. We're taking you to places where there are no roads. Most places don't have people, but there are plenty of animals. And so when you sail on expedition, it really is all inclusive once you board. But on the classic fleet, we include an excursion at every port. Of course, most of our dining venues are included. There are 2 that have a small charge. Gratuities, Wi-Fi, and all the standard inclusions that you would expect from an onboard experience. And then we have the same seamless return home, right? Post-cruise stay if necessary for an operational reason, but always include return flights. And of course, that private car transfer waiting for you at the airport, waiting to take your luggage through the baggage claim onto a private car. It is an excellent way to end a vacation, a long vacation, when we often return home tired. And it's so nice to arrive to the airport with a sign with your name, and you know very well you'll be very seamlessly taken care of and transported home. However, as strong as that value proposition is, we know that one size does not fit all. And so what we did was, maybe we'll give you a few different sizes that may fit all. So today, actually, we introduced and launched our new pricing strategy. So door to door has always been our marquee pricing, will always be our marquee pricing. This is how we want to be identified, not only by you, but by your customers. We want to be known as the most inclusive luxury cruise line, taking you door to door. The only ones offering private transfers, air, and everything else to make this a seamless purchase for you. But many customers have need for cruise only. They like to use their own air miles. Some of them may want to fly on a particular airline that's not serviced through our contracts. And so providing them the luxury of choice through our fare codes is important too, because so much of luxury is choice. And so port to port is our cruise only offer. It is the same as door to door. The only difference is you don't have the excursion, you don't have the transfers and the airfare, but you receive everything else, the onboard lifestyle, as well as the excursions included in every port of call that you visit. So providing this to you as an alternative to the door to door for those passengers that are maybe traveling cruise only, live within a drive market, or are using their own hard-earned air miles to pay for their air on their next travel. So door to door, port to port, those are our main offers. They're offered on every single category. They're offered in every date and every ship that we have. And so you will find this on our website on all voyages that you search at silversea.com. And your customers will have the luxury of choice, choosing which one of these prices fit their needs most. Lastly, we wanted to introduce a new fare, a fare that is going to be really appealing to the price conscious, the value conscious customer, the customer who's thinking, sailing on a small ship with fewer people sounds like a great idea. That price point seems a little more than I'd like to spend right now. I'm not sure I'm willing to take the risk or take the chance on experiencing that kind of a product. So what we did was we introduced what we call an essential fare. An essential fare includes the essence of what is a luxury cruise line. It includes your food, it includes your restaurants, it includes all the beautiful service and butlers that we offer on board, the Wi-Fi, the beverages, the gratuities, all of the things that would come with our lifestyle inclusions. What it does not include, it will not include the pre-cruise transfers in air. So this is a cruise only offer. And it will not include shore excursions because, again, that is for their choice. And so the essential fares are a tactical fare that will be offered on select voyages, mostly within 5 months of sailing. They will be offered on select categories, on the lower categories. We won't see any of the higher categories offered on essential fares. And it will be a non-refundable, pay in full fare. Now, what does this do? This provides you a lower price point for you to go out there and market our brand to those customers that may be sailing in river or in the premium markets. Those customers that you feel are primed to make the move to luxury, but have yet to get past the sticker shock of the price. And let's not forget, with that value proposition, that sticker shock is a bit of a misconception, because when you start building comparisons for your customers and you compare what we include in our door-to-door prices versus what they're paying a la carte on every other market in the industry, quickly, what looks to be out of reach is very well within reach. And in many cases, we come out less expensive because we're so inclusive. Again, value proposition being such an important part of the conversation. But these essential fares allow you to present a lower price point to your customer, and hopefully encourage them to move on. I'll tell you what these fares have done for us and what we've learned from it is, when we are first off bringing a really high percentage of new to brand customers, overwhelming majority of these passengers that are taking this fare are new to brand. Not only that, but when they come back and they sail on door to door, because they recognize the value of having that seamless and all-inclusive price, even though it's higher than what they paid to get on their first Silversea cruise. So use these to your advantage. Use these to market to your customers as you know they respond best. And so just to recap, door to door is our all-inclusive, seamless pick up at home, leave you at home, air included, all included, really door to door service. Port to port is our beautiful onboard lifestyle, but minus the transfers and the air. And essential fares are offered very close in on select sailings, but are deeply discounted cruise only fares that may appeal to a more value conscious customer. So please use these to fit your market needs and to make sure that we're speaking the right language and have the right conversation with the right customer. Well, I skipped a slide because I just went through that whole explanation, and here it is. But again, just to recap, essential fares are our newest fares. They are cruise only, select voyages, lower suites, and they are non-refundable, but a great way to introduce a new guest to our market. All right, so we talked about the 3 pillars and the 3 most important things and differentiators from Silversea. Number 1, destination. That is our biggest differentiator. It goes against everyone. We sail to 450 more destinations than any cruise line in this entire industry, not just the luxury market. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a mathematical fact. And how we sail there is different than how they sail there. We make sure that we take great care with the people that we trust your experiences with, and the companies that we use to deliver these destinations. We talked about the luxury platform and the high, strong value proposition that's going to help you attract and introduce new customers to this brand, and ultimately diverse your portfolio, increase your own profitability. Selling a luxury cruise is a lot more profitable than selling a cruise in any other market of this industry. So let's talk a little bit about our new ships. The Nova, we'll go through quickly where she's going to be. The Nova is spending her first full summer in Alaska this year. So she will be sailing from Vancouver to Seward and Seward back to Vancouver, doing 7-night runs in that beautiful destination all summer long. She'll be there from May through September. Is there any better place to introduce the ship of light than in Alaska? And I can't imagine what it's going to feel like to be out on that pool deck as we sail through these fjords and experience this beautiful landscape from the decks of this incredibly luxurious ship. It really is a game changer for not us as a brand, the entire industry. The Mediterranean is where the Silver Ray will make her introduction, and her first voyages will be this fall. As we take delivery of her in June, she will be sailing the summer months through the Mediterranean before she makes her way over to South Florida, where she will be hosting and sailing our Grand Circumnavigation of South America for 2025. But before she gets to South America, we've got to fill the Mediterranean. So I want to make sure I draw everyone's attention to not only this beautiful ship, but the incredible itineraries that she's offering. Look at these itineraries. These are beautiful. I myself am going to try and take the Venice to Athens trip this summer and sail with my family. My daughter is privileged enough to be studying in Europe for the summer. So we're going to use this as an excuse to go pick her up and see if we can take a silver ray sailing from Venice to Athens. But very exciting. This is our home sea, ladies and gentlemen. No one knows the Mediterranean better than us. No one does it more than us. No one offers you more diversity in its ports than us. And when I say it's our home sea, that's our heritage. We were founded as an Italian company and is still very much deeply rooted into the fabric of what our brand is and how we plan. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the tools and the resources that we provide you, our valuable travel partners, to go out and share these incredible messages with your customers. Because, you know, as much as I tried to simplify it, there's a lot to talk about when you talk about Silversea. There's a lot of places to offer. We take you to a lot of different destinations. So what resources, what tools have we provided you to make it easier to go out and communicate with your customer? So for all of our attendees today, I ask that you write this down. my.silversea.com. It's right here in bold letters. This is, as an advisor, the most important website you can reference for us as a brand. This is your one-stop shop. This is your travel agent resource. From here, you'll have access to a number of different things. You'll have access to our offers. You'll have access to our policies, frequently asked questions. You can find out who your sales rep is, how to get in contact with them. You can find all of our great travel industry reduced rates. But the most important tool on this site is Marketing Central, and your ability to go on here and create these first-class marketing pieces. For those of you that have limited access to graphic designers and creative resources, this is a way for you to create a first-class marketing piece that lines directly up with my brand while representing your own brand in the process. Here you have an opportunity to create flyers that are custom built with your logo and call to action. You can download different selling tools like our comparison guides, which I'll go over in just a moment. And you can download different assets, photos. There are dozens of videos, beautiful videos that really tell the story of what we offer, who we are, what our lifestyle is like. You have access to different social media posts through this site. We have clips that are as small as 15 seconds, which are perfect for your social media posts. A great way to engage your customers. You know, the one piece of advice I give to all of my advisors is don't try to take on too much. Don't try to communicate too much, but make sure that your communication is consistent and it's narrow. So I would suggest that you take one of our videos once a week, twice a month. You decide the frequency. Take one video, send it to 10 customers, and tell them that you saw this and thought of them. Wait for the phone to ring. Do that every week, and you're going to increase your luxury profile. So Marketing Central is your one-stop marketing shop. It really is your marketing horsepower to go out and represent your brand right alongside ours as a first-class marketing company and brand. And here are some of the assets. One of the most important, actually the biggest, I think, advantage of this site is being able to create an email template, an HTML file that you can download right to your machine, right to your laptop and desktops. You can take this file and now you can use your normal distribution servers to distribute it to your customers. You could take it and BCC your customers, however you see is the best way to communicate for them. But again, look at the pieces that you're creating. And you're doing this right from the comforts of your own home or your desk or your cubicle at work. You're creating these beautiful HTML files, complete with photos of the ship, interior of the suites, a hero image of the destination that you're focusing on, the map, and of course our brand inclusions and our brand pillars listed at the bottom, and the same with the flyer that you see over to the right. So again, real strong creative capability for you offered here at Marketing Central. And I can't stress enough, especially for those of you that are independent contractors working from home, have access to limited resources to do creative work for you. Go out there and be your own marketers. Go out there and make your own flyers, and create your own beautiful emails using our services. Some of the other items that we have on there are these value comparison guides, and we've done it on several different platforms, right? We wanted to compare what it looks like and what it costs to sail on a luxury cruise versus visiting one of the world's luxury hotels. We all know that ever since COVID and since the pandemic and since the world's opened up, hotels have lost their minds. Actually, customers have lost their minds because they're paying what they're asking for at these hotels. And so this is a really great comparison to show you in cost. And again, value comparison is really the focus of this piece, because that's exactly what it's there to do, is to show and really bring to light how strong our value proposition is. The value comparison guide for cruise is going to compare us to premium brands. Why not luxury brands? Well, because I'm already there with those luxury guys. What I want to compare for you on the premium comparison is, number one, we're going to show you how the onboard offering differs from premium, right? When we talk about passenger to crew ratios, square footage, average square footage per passenger, size of vessel, all of those things are going to make it look, make that luxury platform really come to life. Oh, this is obviously a different experience. What your customers don't expect is the value comparison that comes from there. From there, we start to compare what we include versus what some of these premium lines charge, so that we can get to a final number. You know, I often say in this purchase, your customers process mostly two numbers in this transaction. Number one, the price they called for, and number two, the cost they realized when they got home. Or on Silversea, cost and price are the same number, and it's taken care of 4 months before your customer's board. And for those of you that haven't taken an all-inclusive luxury experience, I can tell you from personal experience, it is a different way to enjoy a vacation when you do not have an outstretched hand at the turn of every corner. It is a completely different experience. We also have a comparison for expedition. So please go on there, download these important guides. They are so valuable. And here's what they look like. This is what I was talking about. Here you see the comparison between us and the premium lines in terms of onboard offering, lifestyle. How do we differ? This really resonates well with customers. It stands right out. But what they didn't expect is how closely we line up in cost. And that's something that I think is so very important to you, our partners, and it's up to you to drive the narrative. It's up to you to change the narrative, drive the conversation, listen for those buying signals. Ask them, what did you enjoy most from your last vacation? What would you have changed? You'll find it, you'll hear it, and you'll know when they're ready to have this discussion about luxury. All right. So another piece that you'll find on Marketing Central, and one that I actually encourage you to go ahead and scan now so that you can download right to your phones, right to your laptops, is these beautiful offerings, these limited time exclusive offers in the Mediterranean for our newest ship, the Silversea, offering 7 to 15 night voyages in the Mediterranean. So please download this flyer so that you can start to have these conversations with your customers right away. And we've recently introduced a new group tier. So for those of you that are not familiar with the Silversea group program, I can tell you we have a promotional group program here, which does not require a deposit. You do not have to take the burden or risk of assuming any space or allotment. We give you the security of price protection for up to 180 days prior to from the date you create your contracts. We have dynamic pricing here at Silversea, so oftentimes you'll find that our prices change way over way, change day over day, depending on how we're doing. So by securing a promo group, you're going to lock in your price for at least 180 days. It gives you the security and the confidence to know you can go to market and your price will be there when your customer calls. It comes with the standard $300 shipboard credit on most of our groups for the first 3 tiers. And of course, accelerated commission for the first 2 tiers. At the advantage tiers, 15% commission or higher if you're earning higher based on your thresholds. And this is a great way for you to go to market and continue to subsidize your own incomes and increase your average commissions. We encourage you, hold a group, build an email on Marketing Central, send it to your customers, and let's see what happens. There's no burden, there's no risk, there's no cost to holding these groups. All it takes is time. All it takes is time. And at that, we'll make sure we're very, very respectful of your time and do it as quickly for you as possible. I encourage you, please work with your sales directors, work with your inside sales representatives to get these group contracts created so that we can get to market soon and start increasing your luxury portfolio. For those of you that are looking to learn more than what I just offered, and trust me, there's a lot more than what I just offered here. We kept it condensed. I want to make sure I'm invited to do one of these again. But I wanted you to scan this code and go on here and take this training academy. Our marketing team was so incredibly respectful of your time. We have over 20 courses, but none of them are over 12 minutes, which we know that you have to do this quickly with speed. But most importantly, information is retained when it's condensed and it's narrow. And so taking these 20 courses at your leisure is going to help you learn more about the brand and all of its incredible offerings around the world. So please become a Silversea expert today. Earn your certifications, earn your signatures, market to your customers that you are a leading Silversea expert and that you're ready to sell them their next great luxury vacation. So often, well, I'll say this, not often, starting with me, I am really not good with social media. As a matter of fact, I'm terrible with it. It's one of the times where I feel oldest. But what we've done is introduced a service that is a turnkey service. It is truly a set it and forget it solution. It helps you remain top of mind with your customers and eliminates all the burden of having to stay current and active on your social pages. All we ask is that you have a business Facebook or Instagram page or both, that you scan this code and you sign up for our Rallyo service. Rallyo is a turnkey service that you will sign up for, and you will say, I elect to have Silversea content pushed to my personal pages and posted on my personal pages as if it were me posting this information. And so every time Silversea goes on its own social media platform to post content, to post videos, to promote a destination, or to introduce a new service or a new promotion, you're going to have that pushed to your own personal sites, and it's going to be represented as if you did it yourself. So please scan this code right away. Go on here, sign up for Rallyo. Not only is it a set it and forget it tool, you also have the opportunity to take pre-created posts and library from our library and post them yourself. It really is the best way for you to become a social media guru, that influencer we've always wanted to be, and all we did was check a box. So please download, go to Rallyo, sign up, scan this QR code, and we look forward to seeing you on our distribution list for this service very soon. Okay, so how do we support you? You have a tremendous support system. It starts with your area sales directors. I hope you all know who they are. If you don't, send me an email. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, send me an email if you want. But if you don't know who your area sales directors are, contact your inside sales support for more information and details, and they can direct you to the right person. You also have 2 inside sales representatives that are here to support your business needs. Every area sales director works with 2 inside sales people. So you've got a big group, a big team here to support you, and I'm always available. What are we looking to do? We want to be in your office training your employees. We want to be training your fellow colleagues. We want to help create your marketing plan. We want to help you close an individual sale by help empowering you to overcome an objection or offering you a bonus amenity to help close a difficult sale. And we want to conduct customer client presentations with you. Put me to work. Put my team to work. I am here offering all of you on this webinar. I will personally host a virtual consumer event for anyone that requests it. And it doesn't matter the size. What I'm asking for is qualified customers. Let's get the right people to visit and join us on a virtual webinar. And I promise, I will deliver worthwhile content, something that is worth listening to, and something that will lead to a luxury sale for you. So I encourage all of you, reach out to your area sales director. Let's get your consumer presentations scheduled. And it would be my pleasure and my honor to host and do as many of those as I can. So please reach out to us. No better way for us to generate results than to share our message firsthand. All right, so we're going to play the final video. This video I love because this is the what if video. What if I put my customer on a Silversea cruise, and what's it going to look like? What is this experience? What's this door-to-door experience look like? What does this culinary offering that we make on board look like? What are all these beautiful destinations that we visit? Well, this is the perfect luxury experience for your customers. And we'll go ahead and play the video now.
What if there was another world out there? What if traveling further brings you closer? What if connecting with others helps you connect more deeply to the world? What if taking time out puts you more in the moment? What if your journey starts here? Silversea.
So I love that line, to the curious. It really is more than just a tagline. It's a promise to your customers. This is how we build our brand. We build it for the curious. We build it for the explorer. We don't sell to tourists. We sell to travelers. And people who strive to reach this market are exactly that. They're looking for enriching experiences in destination, museums, capitals, people, food, and wildlife. And we're able to deliver on all of those. And we're the only cruise line in the world that can promise you expertise, not only on a luxury experience and platform on board, but expertise in expedition. We've been doing expedition for 16 years, which means we're more than just experienced, ladies and gentlemen. We are experts. We are as expert as any cruise line operating an expedition cruise today. So please remember that. Silversea is the only one that can offer you that dual expertise, that promise to deliver perfectly on the hotel product on board and that expedition product ashore. So with that, I want to thank you all for sharing your very valuable time. I know exactly how valuable that is. So thank you. I hope you learned something, and I hope selling Silversea becomes easier for all of you after today. And of course, I'm always happy to take any questions or emails that you might have. So you can always contact me at jleon@silversea.com. And please feel free to, I encourage you, download the handouts that the team has uploaded to this session. It's very helpful, and it's many of the assets that we covered in our session here today. So with that said, I don't think we're taking live questions. So maybe I'm just gonna take a moment here to go through and see if I have any questions that I can answer. Todd, do we have any questions out there that weren't answered from the chat? Doesn't look like it. Okay.
No, we're actually pretty good. The biggest question that keeps coming up is about some travel agent fares and where they would be. And again, most of that's going to be at my.silversea.com. You'll have to log into the travel agent platform. And then a few people were asking about dining and dress code, but those are also
great. Well, let me just address those real quick, because I mean, everyone may not have had an opportunity to see that. And I think I just got pinged by one of my colleagues watching. They want the Rallyo QR code up again. So there you go. We went backwards. For those of you who need to scan the Rallyo QR code, please. Such an important thing. So dress code. Many times we're asked about our dress code on board. It is very lax. We actually just announced that we are introducing a new concept for dress code. We are now introducing a country club casual dress code on board. We will have on 10-night cruises one designated formal optional night. Customers are not required to wear formal. I think that's very important. We will require jackets in La Dame, but I think that that's to be expected for such a fine restaurant and a formal setting. But again, it's that one restaurant that will require a jacket. Outside of that, it's no shorts or jeans after 6 p.m., but that's correct, I think. But slacks and a polo shirt are fine for evenings anywhere you are on board. So that is our dress code policy for the fleet. Great. Well, thank you all again for your attention and your time. Your business and your partnership means everything to us, and I hope to see you out there soon. Thank you again so much.